He's headed for the coast, I think.
Don't fall behind!
I guess we can climb aboard. Let's hoist the anchor and set sail. What is that? Oh no! Is he trying to bust through the wall of waves with brute force?
Hold on to the flagpole, or you'll get tossed overboard.
There's another one. Another Vuskov.
Two lost lovers together at long last.
A fairy tale ending fit for a pair of sweethearts.
And the prince and the princess lived happily ever after. And so the tale ends for our heroes. Or whatever.
Hey, look! I see land! I bet it's Jutuona, the Earthen continent. Thank you!
Huh? Is this flute for me? See ya later!
Earthen continent, you say?
Jutuona was once bustling with people and commerce, like any other continent.
No sign of that kind of life here. This harbor's falling apart.
Gnome just doesn't have the same power as he used to. There's no time to waste. Let's head to Guju and find Gnome.
Guju. The Earth Village looks vacant.
Not a single townsperson left to talk to. Unsurprising.
But how did it get this bad?
Reports recount that the Alm of Earth was never chosen, causing the village to vanish.
Do we have to stay here? I don't like this whole abandoned village aesthetic.
Let's check the area for leads. Even if the people are gone, Gnome might still be around.
A survivor? Should we approach them?
As long as you're sure it's not a ghost.
What's that? Oh, bless my beard. Y'all scared me clean out of my boots. You merchants? Prospectors? Hold on a minute. Well, shave my toes and call me a poto. Y'all are a party of alms making the pilgrimage.
Sorry to bother you, but we're looking for Gnome.
Our patron elemental? I suppose it ain't my place to pry into the affairs of alms. Oh, I plumb forgot to introduce myself. I'm Watts, Gaian miner, and probably the only person you'll be seeing around here.
Do you mean to say that not a soul elected to stay in the settlement after the calamity?
What about Liza? Orin said she survived the disaster. Is Liza still here? In Guju?
You might as well head to the Eastern Plateau and see for yourself.
Let's stop by the plateau while we search for Gnome.
Liza? Stone? But how? Liza, what happened to you? So she was another victim of the disaster. Guess what, Liza? I became a soul guard, like you. And Hina was named the Alma Fire. We set out on the pilgrimage together, but... well, a lot happened since then. You taught us so much, but I still don't understand. Why did everything fall apart?
Round here, we got a saying. Soil that once brought life turns all to dust and stone. 4 years ago, our gal Liza tried to leave the village before the Soul Guard arrived. It was right after she'd been named the Alm of Earth.
You mean she ran away?
Yep, with that husband of hers, Orin. Without the Earth's blessing, most of the villagers turned into golems. And you see how Liza ended up.
That's crazy! Liza would never run from her responsibilities! She was a soul guard! The best in the village! She understood the alms sacrifice better than anyone!
Way I see it, everybody's gotta make a choice. Gotta decide what matters most to them. Be it duty, tradition, or something else. We Gaians put a lot of stock in tradition. In fact, I'd say we're more stubborn than most, set in our ways like a gemstone fused to rock. So when Liza moved here from a far-off settlement blessed by fire, not earth, well, some people kicked up a fuss, that's for sure.
Poor Liza.
Orin tried to leave the village then, too. Didn't want to deal with the bigotry, but Liza put her foot down. She couldn't stand to pull Orin away from his work. You see, he was the best ceramicist in town. Made all our ceremonial urns and the like.
Liza was always interested in traditional cultures around the world. She loved the Fairies Festival, too.
She threw herself into the study of Earth. Wanted the villagers to see how serious she was. Liza became more knowledgeable about Earth and ore than anyone for miles. Nothing for it but to accept her as one of Guju's own and give our blessings.
And that's when she was appointed the Alm of Earth.
Sure as you're born, the fairy and the spirits recognized her love of all things earthen and deemed her worthy. The whole village was proud as punch, let me tell you. But in the end, the two lovebirds chose each other. Guess I see where they were coming from. They worked hard to build a life here. Couldn't throw that away.
Sounds like Orin and Liza had a tougher time than I thought.
Y'all got your reasons for coming out here to Guju. I might not be much help, but I'll tell you what I know of Gnome. First off, he ain't been seen in these parts for a while now. At least not since I came back to the village. Only other place I can think of to check is the Gamerda Mines.
The mines, huh?
Yep, they're northwest of the desert outside of Guju. Can't miss them. Mines are abandoned, or I guess you could say repurposed as monster nests. Can't stand the place, but I ain't never been one for fighting. Quit the patrols after 3 days. Don't worry, I wasn't about to let you go off without some help. Here, take the gnome shovel. I've been taking care of it as the last remaining villager of Guju. Maybe this elemental vessel will guide you back to its original owner.
Thank you. We'll do our best to find Gnome.
Who knows? If he comes back, it might even revitalize that stone friend of ours.
Aren't we sure these mines were in use 4 years ago? They look more like they've been abandoned for decades.
With the loss of the blessing of Earth, the land itself seems to have become barren and lifeless.
Bad enough to feel the effects all the way at the Dead Egg Cliffs.
You can see what a beautiful town Guju must have been. I heard the mines were rife with gems and ore before they were closed too.
It's a shame we couldn't see the village in its heyday.
The gnome shovel causes a reaction in minor monsters.
It looks monstrous, but it's not attacking. Maybe this golem is here to assist us.
Shall we test that theory?
Well, we've tried what we can. Now what?
We can go in, I guess.
Something tells me this was a bad idea.
Oh dear. Has anyone been hurt?
Just my pride.
The Earth spirits disappeared into the tower.
The ancient Gaians might have made the structure for the spirits originally. Do you figure there's something else in there?
Yeah, probably. Maybe we can find a way in like before. Let's look around the area. There's a way down. That's all the invitation I need.
I thought my mind was playing tricks, but no. There's something here.
Quite the overwhelmingly oppressive presence.
We didn't come this far underground to get scared off now! Show yourself!
Oh!
Here it comes!
What beady eyes you have.
That's not like any mole I've ever seen. Careful, everyone! This one's just for you!
I'm no expert, but that looks like a mineral deposit to me. Perhaps Gnome's power isn't as weak as we feared.
If the Earth still has life, then Gnome's gotta be around somewhere. Keep searching!
What are you talking about? I'm right here! Woo-wee!
Jewel Eater done gone and made a mess of this place.
Gnome, I would guess?
Now ain't that a sight for sore eyes? Alms, in my mind. What can I do you for?
We were looking for you. What are you doing hiding out in a monster's lair? Did you want to get eaten?
What do you mean, monster lair? This here mine is mine. Not my fault that Jewel Eater came and gobbled me up whole.
Hang on. You were inside that thing?
Glad we arrived when we did.
So am I. Jewel Eater was sucking the earth dry of all his leftover mana power. Now that it's gone, everything ought to balance out. And I got a bit of the old pep in my step again. What doesn't kill you, I guess. Nap time's over, though. Time for me to resurface before another monster gets hungry, if y'all follow.
Well, I'll be. You done dug up an elemental in the mines.
Jumping Grumpkins! People still live in Guju. Must have been underground for too long. I figured y'all left once the village was destroyed.
Guju's seen better days, to be sure. But now that you're back, Gnome, maybe...
Sorry to say, but my powers just ain't what they used to be back in the day.
About that. We actually came to ask for your help, Gnome. The soil in Dede won't grow anything. If our jack seed won't sprout, we can't get up the cliffs and make our way to Elusia Isle. Is there anything you can do?
Aha! So that's why y'all went out of your way to find me. Well, I hate to disappoint my fans. Rise and shine, my little earth spirits. These servants of Mana need your help. Lend them a hand now, you hear?
Does the ground seem warmer to you?
There! That ought to fix your plant problem.
Couldn't you have used this power to keep Guju from falling?
I'm plumb tapped out of mana at this point, and without an alm to replenish it, well... Soil that once brought life turns all to dust and stone. What turns to stone stays stone, I'm afraid.
Then, there's nothing we can do for Liza?
Guju is gone. About time y'all quit worrying about the past and start focusing on the lands that still have a chance, if you ask me. It's time for you to go back to the Dede Cliffs. It's a long way yet before you reach the Mana Tree.
A poignant reminder of our remaining responsibilities.
Cheer up! Y'all are a beacon of hope to people like us. Word of the new Alm of the Moon managed to reach all the way out here.
Huh? How did you hear about Etern?
Merchants travel here and there, bringing wares and stories alike. All I know is that for 16 years, there's been no Alm from Etern. But if the parish can come back after so long, why not Guju? There may even be hope for dear Liza yet.
Please, take care of Liza for me.
You worry about yourselves. We can take care of our own.
Give the goddess a holler for me!
Time to head back to Dede.
No signs of Vuskov nearby.
Oh, try out the fairy flute. You should be able to hear it.
Do you think it'll go any better with the seed this time?
With Gnome's blessing, I think the soil will have enough power. It'll work, now that we have him on our side.
I am prepared to climb if this fails.
You do reap what you sow, as they say. You heard the Queen. Be prepared for any outcome.